GameSir have not just made an amazing controller, I think they've redefined what a Pro controller should offer. So let's see why I think the new G7 Pro is one of the new top 5 gadgets. If you don't know GameSir, they're a brand that we love and seem to ignore their price point by cramming so much technology into their controllers that it's almost too good to be true. So when they step into the Pro controller space, I get very excited to see what they can offer for £90. And the TLDR version is, it's a lot. So let's take a look at the specs of the G7 Pro to see why this £90 Pro controller is such a compelling choice. As a multi-platform tri-mode controller, it's fully compatible with Xbox, PC and Android. When we say connectivity is tri-mode, we just simply mean there's 3 ways that you can connect this controller. If you're using Xbox, you will use it in wired mode. If you're using an Android device, then you can make use of Bluetooth. If you're playing on PC, then you can use it wired, or you can make use of the supplied 2.4 GHz dongle too. So when you are playing on PC, you can make use of that dongle, which means you have access to those insanely fast polling rates that the G7 Pro can offer wirelessly, which is quite exciting. Those polling rates are quoted at 1000 Hz, and as I say, you'll only get to achieve this when either using it wired or with the supplied dongle. The standard Bluetooth connection just can't achieve this fast polling rate. If you're using this on PC, you'll be able to take full advantage of the GameSir Nexus app as well, which is really great. This app has full customization modes for pretty much every single thing you could imagine for on this controller. Full button remapping, dead zone reconfiguration for the sticks, and even for the hair triggers, those switchable analog and mechanical triggers that this controller has, but more on that in a second. The PC app will even allow you to map the built-in gyro, which is amazing. You can kind of map this to any of the sticks or buttons or even the mouse input on PC as well, which is absolutely wild. Now onto the physical parts of the controller. The joysticks are an asymmetrical layout, so you've come to expect this if you play on Xbox. They're powered by GameSir's trademark MagRes TMR Hall effect modules. These will work at 1000 Hz, 12-bit, and the MagRes TMR modules are quoted at 5 million lifetime cycles, so are absolutely mega durable. If you're unsure of what Hall effect is, well, you've probably been sleeping under a rock, but basically all it is a different technology for how joysticks operate, which mitigates some of the stick drift we've seen with the old potentiometer style joysticks that we've seen in the likes of the Nintendo Switch Joy-Con. TMR Hall effects are just super accurate versions of these, and they won't develop stick drift in their lifetime, or at least they're very unlikely to, so it's a must-have in a Pro controller. The analog triggers are also Hall effect, which is amazing, and the really great thing here is these also have a switch which will turn them into hair triggers, and this isn't just a stopper. This switch actually activates a physical mechanical micro switch. So you are turning this from an analog input into an actual physical mechanical input. That's a massive difference to what we see on a lot of other kind of third-party controllers where we have switches. Even Pro controllers from the first-party manufacturers will just put in a stopper rather than an actual switch here. So that's pretty incredible. You can turn your Hall effect analog input into a super accurate, fast responding micro mechanical switch. Bumpers are mechanical micro switches too, so super fast, accurate in clicky style. Another huge advantage here is that most mechanical switches have a far longer lifespan than their membrane alternatives, and of course are way more responsive too. The D-pad, another massive upgrade here, again using mechanical micro switches. In the box you can also change the D-pad cover, giving you choices to tailor the D-pad shape to your style or even just to the game you're playing at the moment. Face buttons obviously are in the Xbox layout, but are also optical micro switches, so literally the fastest responding button switch that you can get in any controller right now. There's also 4 additional buttons on this controller. You have 2 back buttons and 2 additional shoulder buttons. These are fully programmable buttons, so you can literally tailor them to be whatever input you need that is available on your controller. You now have 4 extra options for that on top and behind the controller. And in case this isn't all enough to sway you, GameSir aren't finished there either. They have magnetic faceplates which are fully swappable and in 3 separate parts, 2 for the handles and 1 for the center plate. These are purely for aesthetics, but they are actually interchangeable with the original G7 series faceplates as well, so you can properly make this controller your own. You also have an absolutely massive 1200 mAh battery inside this controller that is charged obviously by the USB-C connection that it has on it. It also has 4 rumble motors inside, so giving you almost a HD rumble-like level of accuracy with its vibrations and its fine level of detail. So quite clearly, the G7 Pro crams in an absolutely boatload of tech inside of it, and actually when you get to use it, it doesn't disappoint here either. The mechanical D-pad, TMR joysticks, bumpers and triggers, or literally the whole thing feels beautiful, fast actuating and responsive. Those mechanical switches in the bumpers and the D-pad in particular are absolutely next level. Hair trigger mode is insane. Really, every single corner that's conceivable of using the G7 Pro is actually next level, and I would say punches so far above its price point that it gives the first party manufacturers and their Pro controllers a real run for their money. The joysticks are buttery smooth with those anti-friction rings, really increasing the kind of perceived value of when you'll feel how you feel and the feedback you get from the controller. And the overall weight and ergonomics are just out of this world. It's perfectly balanced. It's hard to conceive how much they've actually crammed into this controller. It almost seems too good to be true. And considering the price point in line with all the other Pro controllers, this could easily be double the price and it would still be a great deal. Now, I always try and find a negative with these videos, with anything, to try and give some balance to it. And I'm going to be honest, I'm genuinely struggling with the G7 Pro, especially when we consider its price point. It's hard really to give it any negative. I'll just say, if you're looking for a serious Pro controller for your Xbox or PC, then stop looking, because this is it. For the price, you can't beat it. This has so much available and it's made in such a high quality that it is impossible to beat. But is it one of our new top 5 gadgets? I'll let you guys decide down in the comments down below. And whilst you're down there, make sure you like this video, subscribe for more top 5 gadgets, and I'll see you in the next one.